we are apparently like 7 minutes away from this Xbox thing. Let's start off with a few predictions. They're calling this a games showcase. So Halo, yeah, there's Halo Infinite. I'm sure they have to show something with that. They bought all those studios, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Psychonauts 2 thing. I wouldn't be surprised if we found out whatever Obsidian is doing since The Outer Worlds came out last year. That wouldn't be for this year, though. That would probably be a next year game. But I wouldn't be surprised if they showed something. I got my fingers crossed for Elden Ring, the FromSoft game that they showed a couple years back, teased a couple years back. I would love to see something more from there. If there's anything new involving Cuphead, video game-wise, not the dumb television show thing, I wouldn't be surprised to see that. I would be really... I think a big surprise that would possibly get a lot of people really hype. So I'm gonna put it out for my absolutely wild prediction. I don't really think this would happen, but if it did, I still want credit. They bring back Scalebound. Scalebound shows up here again as a like, yo, it's coming again. Like it's uncanceled. Scalebound coming to the new Xbox Series X. I guess that's what they're calling it. I'm struggling to remember what all the companies Microsoft picked up are. Okay, that's right. They picked up Ninja Theory, so we'll probably see something about the Senua's Sacrifice or Senua's Saga or whatever game. That's not going to be something new, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something from it. I'm going to say something from Rare. I'm going to say Psychonauts 2, some like actual gameplay or something. We're gonna see Halo, straight up, we all know it. We're probably gonna see some kind of Forza, their car game, their like in-house car game. Scalebound is my big wild prediction thing. And whatever's coming from Obsidian, that's my other one here. Yeah. Those are gonna be my predictions. Let's switch over here because the showcase is about to start up here. Oh my god, it's the number 9. You already had a fucking fat countdown, Microsoft. Come on. God dang it. Fine. Everything's cool. Xbox. Microsoft is Renegade. Did you know? So Renegade. Alright, Xbox Game Studios. This has to be the Halo, right? Halo Infinite. Opening with Halo Infinite seems like a smart choice. Start off with a banger or whatever that you know a huge amount of the people watching this are probably like, oh my god, let me fuck it. It's Halo. Ugh.
The Mjolnir exosuit is now complete.
Hearing Mjolnir, like,
this
I'm
technology will save humanity in the
pretty sure this is still Halo, but is that Avengers game?
must remind
A
myself.
Microsoft thing? No, that's Crystal Dynamics. That's gonna be everywhere.
Liquid crystal
Okay.
cannot rise on its own.
Don't sexualize
Titanium
Master
alloy
Chief.
cannot prevail in the face
My
of
bad.
extinction.
Can you guys show that fucking game? We've been teased on this shit for years already. Like, here we go. Start demo. Thank you. Show us what we have to look forward to, Microsoft. That is all people need from you on this thing.
Already? I must be. I mean, this is a punishment, right? Yep, this is death.
You know, actually, you're saying only game trailers?
No.
If they... Okay.
This isn't happening.
If Microsoft gives a price for their systems during this thing, that would be fucking killer. And I actually really hope they do. Yeah, so no gameplay.
I know I saw condors over there. I'm going to dig
This has so far looked like it might be in engine though. This could be a, like,
far away.
he's gonna walk out that door and it just kind of zooms into the back of his head for you to be in first person.
Let me see what I can find.
Cannons first. When I get back, we can look. Together.
Okay, big guy.
Did Master Chief have a voice before? I guess I'm like, yeah, see, here you go. We're showing it fucking gameplay. Thank you. So I'm not a, like, Halo stan or anything. I went to some Halo parties back in the day and everything. I know it's a big popular series. It did a lot for the creation of, like, a competitive scene around first-person shooters on consoles. And this doesn't look bad. But I must admit, I'm not a huge Halo guy. I remember having a lot of fun. Like, I don't think the Halo games are bad. I have had perfectly fun times playing Halo games. I will admit there's an openness to this space that he was just driving in. It might be more, it might have looked more open than it actually is, but just with a little bit of trickery for making the space look bigger, but you're on a more directed thing there. Hard to tell right here because this is definitely a, like, while yes, this looks like actual gameplay, it also definitely looks like a specific sequence that they were showing which means, like, this doesn't look like a person. This looks like a person playing through a specific thing, knowing exactly where and what they want to do, rather than someone who's not sure and might try to push the boundaries a little bit. If you know what I mean. I never really played 4 and 5. I know they added a whole, like, extra enemy type and set of guns with that enemy type. Grappling hook, I don't remember that. But some of this stuff might be like, yeah, that was a tool you had in... That was a tool you had in Halo 5 or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know. This looks like fucking Halo. What can I say? Outside of, this looks like Halo. I kind of expected them to show something that looked a little more like the multiplayer or something at some point here too. Rather than just this extended single-player sequence. Rude.
This is the most ambitious campaign we've ever created at 343. For the first time, players will have the freedom to explore a mysterious new Halo ring that's several times larger than our last 2 Halo games combined.
The
Halo
way
Infinite
that
has
map
been
is
built from the
looking
ground
and
up to take
the
full
way they're
advantage
talking
of
about this
Xbox
really does
Series
make it sound like
Bigger
this
battles,
could be
epic
a lot
vistas,
more
complex visual effects, displayed
open
with 10 times the
than
processing power per
I
pixel
recall
of
Halo
5.
games ever
This
really
will be
being in
running
the
at a
past, which
flawless
is
60
kind of
frames per
interesting.
second and will allow us to bring the Halo ring to life in ways that have never been possible before. We look forward to sharing even more about Halo Infinite in the coming months, including the first look at multiplayer. And now, please enjoy a glimpse of what others in the
yeah.
Xbox Game Studios family have been working on.
Okay, so I'm not showing the multiplayer now. That's fine.
World premiere.
All right, what you got? Remember that one fight on the bridge? Don't recall. Okay. I don't know what this is. Oh, is this? No. There's a... That was a hell of a scream. There's a, zombie thing that I think is Microsoft Studios, technically, and I cannot recall what it's called right now. Show us what's eating that thing. Alright, it is a zombie thing. I wasn't that far off. State of Decay. Okay, so I did have it right. I couldn't remember the name of that series. State of Decay. I thought State of Decay 2 was only like a year or 2 ago. And I don't remember hearing that it did that great.
Welcome,
I'm surprised to
everyone,
hear
to the Xbox
they're
Game
doing a third
Showcase.
one already.
Today, we're showing games from 9 of our 15 Xbox Game Studios.
Alright, Obsidian's there,
including
Rare is
unveils of
there.
5 new first-party games. What you will see
okay.
today is how Xbox Game Studios are harnessing their passions to bring their dreams to life. We believe that how you find and play your games is as important as the device you play them on. Xbox Game Pass is the best way to discover and play.
Yeah.
And
Here's
we
their
want
push
you to be
about
able to
Game Pass,
experience
which
as many great games as possible.
I still don't
So Game Pass
sign up
members,
for it, but honestly,
you can
the
play
value
every game you
seems
seeded
pretty decent.
from your subscription or free to play. And they're early in development on the next Forza Motorsport.
Yeah,
And
okay.
Xbox Series X. Is
So I
bringing
did
them
say
closer to
Forza,
their
that's
dream
the
of unprecedented
driving game,
realism
the racing game, or
with
whatever
ray
that they do.
tracing and native 4K resolution.
I thought we'd
all
be seeing
at 60
more
frames per
about
second.
that.
The trailer you're about to see
Okay,
was
here we
captured
go.
completely in-engine.
Gotta show cars,
World
gotta show us how
premiere.
round the wheels look. I haven't played like any of the Forza games in a long time, but I hear that because they have like 2 series. They have like the base series and they have Horizons. And I remember hearing like good stuff about the last one that they put out, which I think was Horizon 4. Okay, Rare, what are you guys doing? I feel like maybe they did announce what they were doing and I just forgot what it is last time.
Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it. But only a few.
This does look
truly
familiar.
feel
That's right. I remember seeing those feathery elk
It is
things.
found
We
in
have
the
seen this before.
smallest
Okay.
moments.
It was really unclear what this might be
In every
last time.
step
though.
of a perilous journey.
I really like the look of this game more now than last time. I feel like last time I was really
It teaches us to look beyond
not
the
sure
expected.
about the look. The hell? I am really interested to see what the fuck Rare is actually doing here. Everwild. No, it's just another trailer. I really want them to tell us a little bit about what this
Everwild
is.
will give to you a magical and untamed natural world for you to explore and to just truly lose yourself in. It's
Okay.
a place to be eternal. And eternal has the gift to sense and feel how magic flows through nature and connects every living thing. The team here at Rare are so excited to be working on something like Everwild, and I hope you're excited too. But I just want to take this opportunity to say a massive, massive thank you to everyone who's shown their support.
That tells me a
and
little bit
love,
about what the
and for
world
the
is
incredible,
supposed to be, but it's still
awesome,
not telling me
positive
what the
community that's already
game
growing
is.
around this game. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, but what is that fucking game? Ah! Okay.
Whoa. I just got hit with a flood of memories.
Love you, Mom.
You seeing what I'm seeing?
Mom?
Allison?
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
God.
they
We
don't
saw
believe
this last time.
We all believed that what happened that night was self-defense.
Don't Nod isn't
But we couldn't be sure.
Microsoft though. Or did they pick Don't Nod up and I forgot?
It doesn't matter.
There's always a choice, son.
I can't do this. Stop!
Yeah, I remember when they showed this the last time it came out that game is about transgender stories, which is cool. I hope that they can deliver on it well. They did it. Okay, we've seen the everybody shrinks in the garden thing like 4 times.
For the biggest game of the year.
Uh-huh. The biggest game because you're so
for
small. Haha.
Cyberpunk.
What a joke.
But if you're ready for the smallest, we've got you covered.
Honestly, I don't even remember what
And
this
go
game is
solo.
called. I have so little interest in this game every time they've shown it.
On how to tell an Obsidian story within a survival game. Now, what's great is that you're going to be able to play the game on July 28th.
Every time someone
on
says
Xbox
survival
Preview
game,
and on
I'm
Steam
just
Early
like,
Access.
cool,
We wanna
1
hear
out
from
of
you,
10.
and we want to continue to build Grounded together. Oh yeah, if you've been wondering, we have been working on that next big Obsidian RPG. Check this out.
Okay, here we go. See?
World
I called
premiere.
this one. I called Obsidian having another... something new.
We have always known war.
Not that I'm gonna care, because... frankly, not that I have anything against Obsidian, but the style of game they tend to make, not really my kind of game.
It forged our empire.
These arrows are flying very
Turned
far.
Heroes into queens and kings.
Those arrows are flying very, very
Decimated
far.
our foes. Now our oaths are lost, forsaken.
Alright, so this one's an RPG,
And you must face the monsters
possibly first person.
our sins have borne.
You about to fight a fucking Balrog or whatever?
Is an oath worth the weight of a crown?
People shall not pass. Avowed, huh? Alright. Alright, so what do we got here then? Talking about being big on storytelling, you know, I like to hear that.
Fortune, smile and fade. I haven't seen you much of late. I need you now, cannot wait.
Definitely not a company I've heard of though.
We were on our way to start a new life that summer. For our family, it was just a stopover.
Oh, this is a weird look. The like
Mine.
very
It was the end of the
painterly
road.
people in like a 3D space.
That was a long
It's
forgotten
unique.
secret.
I'm not sure I'm
Buried in
into
the
it
dark.
though. Like that tree was like a 3D model and like all this stuff running at like normal pace except the characters being
All
these
my
weird
life, I've been
painted
scared of the shadows.
comic book things.
But now, I'm finally ready to step into the light. I got your letters.
Dust falls, huh? I'm interested to see more of that. It's just there's something about that look that seems real
Here
weird
at
to
Ninja
me.
Theory, we're hard on
Okay, Double Fine. That's what's happening. So here we go. I expected to see Psychonauts 2.
Do you want to say hi to Peter? He's on the line
What?
here.
Peter, he's been sitting there the whole time?
Jack Black.
Hey, who wrote the
Hi,
song?
Jack Black. Hi, Tim Schafer. I know you guys are friends.
Peter. Fantastic work. Love the song.
Very much.
It's going to be fun to sing it. Now it's time to rock. Shall we start rocking?
They're making... Is Jack Black gonna be in Psychonauts 2? What is...
Probably been a long time since you've had a visitor. I hope you don't mind pop-ins.
Are they showing us some actual gameplay for Psychonauts 2 here? After all this time.
It's a quiet place.
I guess you get to go into Jack Black's head. That's fucking ridiculous.
Neither skin nor bone. Just a thought is all I've got. Now my covers.
Or did they get Jack Black to do the theme song for the new game? Like, what is this?
A frozen feeling. When my friends pulled me back.
Here we go. This is starting to look like it might be gameplay. Oh my god. Psychonauts 2 is a real game. I'm seeing some pretty familiar looking enemies and shit. The Feel-mobile. Honestly, I think the thing most surprising about what we're seeing right now with this Psychonauts stuff is it looks substantially more like Psychonauts 1 than I thought it would. And I mean like fidelity-wise. Maybe my head remembers Psychonauts 1 looking better than it does. But that stuff looks lo-fi in a way I wasn't really expecting. But what are we looking at here? Console launch exclusive. Is this something we've seen in the past? Oh, you like just the box? I gotcha. You like the, hey, it's a computer, so we made it look like a computer? Here's your black box of video games. I don't know if we've seen this. If we have, we haven't seen it looking like this. This is reminding me of like Stalker, which I would be very surprised to see a new Stalker game. This is totally a Stalker game. What?
World premiere.
Also, wouldn't that be Stalker 3? Because isn't like Shadows of Pripyat or whatever Stalker 2? That's very weird. That guy's flashlight, it's gonna give us the spooks.
A recon squad has been sent into sub-level 6 of the Hive to determine the full extent of the unrest. I'll know more when they make it back.
I'm not sure what this one is either. It's like zombies. Oh, it's a Warhammer 40k, okay. Is this like a Vermintide, but for Warhammer 40k instead of fantasy?
What we got? Another good-for-nothing space rock?
Whoa.
Don't really like the look of that character.
Hold on, let me check.
The like arm being really big. I like the look of the world. I don't really like the design of that character.
Vex, you're not gonna believe
Like
this.
wearing a Nintendo controller on her chest.
Ouch! What the?
I do really like the look of the world, but boy howdy, I do not like the, oh, that character design. Ugh. But the world it's showing there, I think looks pretty fucking cool. Alright, what else we got? What else? Oh, Blooper Team! They do horror games! Yay! Didn't they announce what they were doing? I feel like they announced what they were doing already, and I can't remember what it is now. It's like a ghost game or something. I feel like I remember Medium, when they did the CG trailer, looked pretty good. This still looks more or less like a CG trailer. Oh, that might be an engine, actually. This third person?
I can lift them.
But yeah, I remember like that sequence they showed, and that looked cool.
Hello? Anyone there?
It's this third person, though. Dual reality gameplay.
What is this place?
That seems like a pretty big departure for Blooper, and I'm kind of into it. There's something real weird going on with what is happening in this game, though. That seems like a really big departure from what they've done in the past.
Premiere.
So cool. I'm Silent Hill aesthetic, totally. I am into it. What's up, Phantasy Star Online 2?
We'll have more to share later this year. But until then, here's one more thing.
Alright. Elden Ring.
World
No,
premiere.
it's not Elden Ring. Darn. Maybe. Playground Games. What have they done? What do I know about them?
The world is filled
It's
with
not Elden Ring.
of legendary heroes.
Elden Ring isn't a Microsoft exclusive. I think that's the main reason we're not seeing anything about it here.
Of fantastical creatures and wondrous places where nature and magic live in perfect harmony.
There's been a... Okay.
Not all stories have happy endings.
I was gonna say, there's been a fair amount of, like...
But yours...
fairy tale-esque stuff. Okay, a new Fable. That was rumored. I would have expected more out of that, honestly. Other than just saying, hey, we're making a new Fable. I think that was pretty good. They had a pretty good lineup. The value proposition of Xbox Game Pass, having everything they showed here be a part of that, is pretty cool. I'm not a Game Pass person, but as a value thing, that's pretty good. A lot of the stuff I was most interested in wasn't stuff that was brand new to this. I would say the Stalker 2 announcement was the biggest surprise to me. I would say that Psychonauts 2 is probably the thing I'm personally the most interested in. Actually, I'll be honest. As not a horror person, I'm substantially more interested in Medium than I thought I would be. I think that game looks like it might be trying to do some pretty interesting, weird shit. But honestly, Medium looks pretty cool. Seeing Blooper go with a new style of game, like everything else they've made from as far as I can remember or know, is a first-person game, and that definitely looks like a third person. Those shots of like the two different worlds kind of exploring them at the same time was really weird. So I'm surprisingly excited and interested in that one. Stalker 2, the reason Stalker 2 kind of jumped out at me is the original Stalker game is a game that people still kind of know and love, but is also like a notoriously broken game. The kind of broken where, like, if you really want to play that game, you basically have to download fan patches and stuff to make it functional. Microsoft putting that on a stage like this really makes me think that it might have a budget behind it, which, if that limits the structure of that game away from how the game originally was, I could see it being a big disappointment to fans of that series. On the other hand, if that budget means that they managed to make a not so broken experience in that framework, that could be really cool. And maybe I'd actually be able to get into it. But overall, I thought that was a pretty good presentation overall. It was just games. I would have liked Microsoft to take the initiative and give us a price on their boxes here. But it was only games. Both of these companies, Sony and Microsoft, neither one of them wants to put out that price yet.